Armata! Пострел!
Kiev's military leadership has yet to throw the Ukrainian armed forces big punch in its ongoing summer offensive, and for the past 2 weeks has kept mostly to tactics of limited risk for modest ground gains. Of the 9 to 12 reserve combat brigades the Ukrainian armed forces has likely earmarked for the long-awaited offensive, only 5 have actually been committed to combat, and some only in part. Kiev Post research of official Ukrainian combat reports, independent news platforms, and military social media found. Thus far in the offensive, the Ukrainian top command has, instead of committing all its new reserve brigades wholesale, deployed them case by case in narrow attacks at selected locations. There is evidence the Ukrainian strategy now is to bet on veteran brigades with long service on the fighting line, and often specializing in short-range infantry assaults. The authoritative analytical platform GeoConfirmed in a Monday situation report, citing open-source media, identified a total of 5 Ukrainians' reserve brigades that were recently fielded and now are confirmed in combat, at least in part. 23rd Mechanized Brigade, 31st Mechanized Brigade, 35th Marine Brigade, 37th Marine Brigade, and 47th Mechanized Infantry Brigade. According to GeoConfirmed, all these formations were fighting in the vicinity of the East Zaporizhia region. For every reserve brigade now involved in the Ukrainian 3 big pushes currently in progress, the Ukraine has committed at least 1 veteran brigade to fight alongside it, sometimes more. And in one sector, it seems likely only older combat-tested units are doing the fighting and gaining ground, research showed. In the high-profile push in the Velika Novosilka sector, 5 reserve brigades committed to combat appear to be fighting alongside 3 veteran formations: 4th Tank, 68th Jaeger, and 93rd Mechanized. 1, the 93rd, first in battle against the Russian military in 2014, and repeatedly deployed to the violent Donbas ceasefire line from 2015 to 2021, arguably is one of the most combat-experienced formations not just in the Ukrainian armed forces, but in Europe. In the western Orikhiv sector, a single reserve brigade, the Leopard tank and Bradley infantry fighting vehicle-equipped 47th Brigade, is flanked by 2 long-serving regular army brigades. One is the Uzhhorod-raised 128th Mountain Infantry, another Ukrainian unit with a fighting record dating back to Russia's earlier invasion of Ukraine in 2014. In the Bakhmut sector, Ukrainian advances have been gradual, continuous, and wholly conducted by seasoned units like the Kiev-raised 3rd Assault and Ivano-Frankivsk's 10th Mountain Infantry Brigades. Reserve formations of any kind are absent in this sector, the GeoConfirmed report said. On paper, a full-strength Ukrainian combat brigade contains from 1,000 to 1,500 men, 100 to 150 armored vehicles, and 20 to 40 heavy artillery pieces. The Ukrainian recently raised reserve brigades lack combat experience, but are equipped with a mix of modern and Cold War-era heavy weapons donated by Ukraine's Western allies. Some of their personnel have, in most cases, received 1 or 2 months of training from NATO instructors. Actual manpower and tank and fighting vehicle counts in a veteran Ukrainian unit are usually between 50 to 80% of paper strength and less in actual combat. The fighting effectiveness of an experienced combat brigade is nevertheless widely accounted to be better, and frequently a lot better, than a green Ukrainian unit thrown into battle for the first time. On the tactical level, in the present offensive, Ukrainian troops have launched a series of careful, short-range assaults on Russian positions directly opposite them, preceding the attacks with intense drone reconnaissance and punishing bombardments aimed to isolate enemy trenches and bunkers. A Monday report from Radio Liberty citing tankers and infantrymen from 35th Marine Brigade said, "Armored vehicles aren't used for breakthroughs, but to drive up to the Russian frontline positions and pound them," the report said. Frontline soldiers interviewed by Kiev Post confirmed the wide use of such tactics. Ukraine's latest battlefield success, the capture of the tiny village Pyatakhatki in the Tokmak sector, formally declared liberated by the Ukraine on Monday morning, was carried out by dismounted infantry squads from the veteran 128th Mountain Brigade. The attack advanced Ukrainian lines a little less than a kilometer southward. Hanna Malyar, Ukraine's Deputy Minister of Defense and a frequent military spokeswoman, in Monday comments released to news platforms, said that in the past 2 weeks, the Ukrainian military had liberated 8 settlements and advanced up to 7 kilometers deep into enemy territory. An effective footman's pace offensive advanced Ukrainian lines about 500 meters a day. The widely predicted medium-term objectives of Ukraine's southern offensive, the road, rail, and political hubs Tokmak and Melitopol, are respectively some 30 and 70 kilometers from Pyatikhatki, the last major combined arms push by the Ukraine southward. A 47th Mechanized Brigade armored assault on June 10th near the town Nova Tokmatka was blunted with losses in U.S.-made infantry fighting vehicles and German tanks, after the 47th, a reserve brigade, hit minefields and then was ambushed by Russian infantry armed with anti-tank missiles and Russian helicopter gunships. You can see the actual report from Kyiv Independent in the description. And from other news, Maxim Kalashnikov, friend of terrorist Gherkin Strelkov, tells of people on liberated territories being afraid to leave their half-destroyed homes, as Russian soldiers steal everything. There is also a lot of alcohol consumption, friendly fire, and complete lack of discipline in the Russian army. This is evidence from the inside.
Ну, а наше сейчас, нынешнее правительство, как считаете, правильно поступает?
Знаете что? Лучше молчать.
Да, я люблю Путина, уважаю. Ну что, если мне могут дать много денег, что делать? Терпим, живем, картошку едим.
Нет. Горбачеву эти все убить надо. Сельское хозяйство все пропили. Колхозы пропили. Сейчас существуем кое-как.
Вот у меня ярославская прописка, а больницу зубной не принимает. Такое обслуживание. А сама медиком была всю жизнь. Медсестрой проработала. С того света вытаскивала детей маленьких, недоношенных. А ко мне отношение какое? А остальное, чу-чу, мы привыкли в нищете жить.
Нищете?
Ну, скромно, если грубо выражаясь. Скромно. Ну, а что нам надо? Хлеб есть, сахар есть, масло есть. Это самое главное.
Почему? Минус. Нет заработка здесь.
Безработица, да?
Безработица, да. Безнадежность.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.